So hi everyone, my name is Vaibhav, and in this video we're talking about CS50's web development course. So we're talking about the projects only. So we'll be talking about code, the functionalities, and how to implement them. Please do not use the code shown in the video for your project, as they will get rejected by the universities, and they can even cancel your course. So please just watch for your knowledge, or watch if you have already completed and wanted to know about alternative solution. So hi everyone, my name is Vaibhav, and I've taken part in CS50's web development course from Harvard. So in this code we have to make some projects. So I've started with project 0, which was search. So in the previous video we have talked about the output of the project. In this video we'll be talking about the code part. So as you can see on my screen, this is the specification area of the project. So as you can see, the first requirement is your website should have at least 3 pages. So we have to make 3 pages named index.html, images.html, and advanced search.html. So I have made 3 pages, as you can see here. This is the index.html. For the designing, you can copy the code from Google only. Like as you can see, this is the logo here, this is the search bar here, and these are 2 buttons. So I have made similar but a light version of it. So this is the search bar, this is the Google's logo, and these are the 2 buttons. So in the specification area it was stated that we have to make 2 options also in the top with the pages of images.html and in advanced.html. So I have taken the styling from the Google, so you can copy the styling from there. We'll be talking about the functionality of this. So as you can see, this is the index.html page. In this I have created as the template part. As you can see, this is a web page template from here to there. In the body part I have included a div. Inside this div I have included an image. So this is the image, it is calling by the URL. I have taken this image from Google server. So this is so I have put this logo here. So after this logo I have put in form tag. So why did I put a form tag here? So as you can see here, in this area, this is the input tag, and after that we have 2 buttons. So what actually happened after in the form tag is we put some details and then we click on submit. So instead of submit I have made 2 buttons, Google search and I'm feeling lucky. So in this code you can see this is a form action. In the action I have put the link of Google. So so when I click these 2 buttons, where will it go? To the action where the form should lead to the user. So this is the link where the form would lead. So after this form action tab I have put another tag of div. Inside this div I have put an input box which is of type text, and I have named this Q. Why did I name this Q? Let me show you. So in the Google search, this is the Google's official search page. So if I go and search for something like cat, and then I look at the URL up there, you can see that there is a Q is equals to cat. Now what did this Q do? So whatever I write here, whatever I write in the input box, it will create that query into a value. And where will it assign to? To the Q. Q is an element, or you can say that this is a variable in a database which we have to put a value. So how can we put a value by in that Q? By typing it here. So whatever we type here, it will be assigned to Q by default. As you can see, this is Q is equals to whatever I type, it will be assigned to Q. So we have to somehow make this like whatever we type in our search box, we have to assign it to the Google's Q element. So for what we have to do is name. So what the name attribute do in an element? So the name element is used to connect our front end to the back end. So it actually sends a value to the back end. So we have to send whatever we type here to the back end of Google. So we have named this Q. So when I type this, whatever I type in the input box, it will be assigned to Q of the Google search engine. So if I go and if I go here on my Google search engine and I do refresh, and this is the search part. So if I do cat now, and as you can see, this is the Q is equals to cat. Whatever I type, for instance, I type Howard and I do research, you can see Q is equals to Howard. Whatever I type, the query will be generated as Q is equals to Howard. So we have made the URL of our search engine to dynamic. We have converted this into dynamic. So whatever the user will type, it will be assigned to the queue. So you can see this is easy. This was nothing much. So in the images section, as you can see, images.html. In the images.html, we have changed the logo. So let's go to the images.html. You can see that the template was same, the div was same. In the div, we have now uploaded a file. So this is the image source is not a URL. This is coming from my server only and not the Google server. As you can see, image folder, then slash google images.png. So this is the logo. So it is not appearing. So I don't know why. I guess it doesn't appear on the VS Code. So the image section of the images.html, as you can see, this is the logo of Google image. And after that, we have created the same form with the action of Google search. And then after that, I have created a div in the form only. For this, I have created two input box. But why two? If I go to the images section, images page, you can see that there is only a one input box, not two. So why I have created this two option. So for that, we have to go to the Google search engine, and if I go here and I do where's the images section, I don't know. So I'll just do google.com. Google image. Now this is the Google image section. So if I type something here like cat, and then I do, you can see that this is redirecting me to the direct images section. It is not showing me all the web pages. So how it is doing that? As you can see, we have already made that Q is equals to cat. But after that, you can see that all the other values after that, like SCA, ESV, is generating some value. It is random and it is generating by Google database only. Then we'll look into the next value, EN and TBM. Not EN. EN is that's value only. So after that, TBM is equals to ISCH. So it is something interesting which we can change. Like this is variables only, so we can change variables. But we'll look into the further. So we see source is equals to HP, and then as you can see, the data after that is coming from the server only. We can't change that information as the result will be affected by that. So what we have found that we can change is TBM is equals to ISCH. So we have to make it something like that, something dynamic, which will generate result on images. So we can just copy that. We'll just copy, and then at the code, we'll just as you can see that this is the input box. So why I have let me tell you why I have made this hidden input box, the second input box, which is not showing here. This is not showing here. This is the only input box. As you can see, this is the first input box, type text, name is equals to Q, which was copied from the last page, index.html. And after that is in the input type hidden. This is a hidden input. It will not show on the web page, but we have given a value of TBM. So what it is saying is that the TBM value in the database have a value of ISCH by default. We have to put that value TBM is equals to ISCH in the Google server while we are doing the search. So what we have to do for that, we have to assign a name, but for a kind of a like variable in talking with the backend, and we have to assign that variable's value is equals to ISCH. So what actually happened is in the Google server only, and we cannot access the Google server, so we don't know what actually happened. But we just know that if we manipulate our line, something like that, like assigning a name is equals to tbm and value is equals to isch, we can directly go to the image section, skipping the web pages part. So if I do here and if I do a Google search here like dog, and then I do Google image, you can see that our query is equals to dog, and after that and we have another attribute, that is tbm, which we have put in the name, and its value is isch, which is showing the which is redirecting me to the images section. So it is done also. After that we have to make a submit button, which we can name anything. So this is done. So after that we'll go back to the Google page and then advanced search. In the advanced search there are 4 input box. So we have to make it just like Google. As you can see in the specification area, that it was stated that we have to make aesthetically just like Google, like use Google's color, use Google's method of making the column and the rows. So for that we have made a navbar section with the heading of advanced search, and after that we have also put another heading, find pages with. Then we have made you can say this is grid, or you can say that these are made up of by rows. So these are 4 rows, 1 2 3 4, and the first row we have 2 columns, and the second row we have also have 2 columns, the third we have 2, and fourth we have 2 columns. So the first column we have wrote all these words just as a Google. As you can see that this is advanced HTML. So I have made the same. This is the heading, which is advanced search, and after that we have made a form. This is a form tag. In this form we have made a row. Inside this row we have made a div of left, which is basically first column. So in the first column we have wrote all these words. As you can see, this is here all these words, and after that we have made an input with another div with a class right. So we have defined CSS in another file. As you can see, this is CSS. So we have defined our CSS here to design this page. So I'm not into designing this. In this video we will not talking about designing, we'll just talk about the functionality. So for functionality, in the right column, which is the input box, we have put let's just go to the Google search only. So google.com. If I now do Google advanced search here, you can see that this is first row. We just have to make 4 points from here, like 4 rows we have to take. 5th row and other option we don't have to take. It was stated in the project. So this is the first row and first column. So and this is the second column of first row. So if I type something like Howard here and I do Google search, you can see that ASQ, we are now finding something interesting. Like there is no Q here. You can see we have made our search box from the index.html, which only has Q, but it has something another than Q. It has no Q. You can see that there is no Q. It only has ASQ. So we can see that this is the value we need. How we know that? Because we have typed Howard and we can see that Howard is here, and it is assigned to what? ASQ. So we have to assign ASQ a value of whatever the user type in. So if the user type in a text like something in the input box, he typed something, so we have to assign it to a value. What value? What variable? We have to assign it to ASQ variable of the Google server. So whatever the Google server do with this variable, we don't know, but we can just assign this to ASQ and it will do its work. So this is the first. For the second, we'll just go back and we'll just remove Howard and I do here Delhi. So as you can see that ASQ is now blank. We haven't typed in the first box, so it is blank. And the second box we have typed Delhi. So at the Delhi we can see that this is the second box with ASEPQ. So we have to fill this variable with our value, which is dynamic. So we have to make ASEPQ. So in the second column the exact word of phrase. Name is ASCPQ. So whatever the user type in the input box here, it will show the result based on. It will assign that value to the ASCPQ, and then it will do the Google search. So at the third, that is all of these words. So if I do something like Delhi here, I do an advanced search. Now ASQ is empty, ASCPQ is empty, and ASOQ, the third one, is filled. So it is populated by the value. So we have to make the third column is ASOQ, and whatever the user type in, it will be assigned to that value. And at last, fourth, none of these words. So if I type here something like cat, so it will show me the result excluding cat only. So ASQ, ASEPQ, ASOQ, and ASEQ. So ASEQ is equals to cat. So whatever value we have typed in cat here, it is assigning to the variable name ASEQ. So we have made another input box with the name ASEQ. So whatever the user type in here, the Google search result will generate based on this only. And if we do all these together, it will just replace the value of null from the whatever the user type in. So, and this is the front end of the advanced.html. This is this. So if I go Harvard, if I do India, if I do Delhi, if I do California, all these together, so you can see that ASQ is populated, ASEPQ is populated, ASQ is filled, and also ASEQ is also filled. So we have completed the task. So at last we have to make a I am feeling lucky button. So what it does is whatever I type here, if I type something and if I do Google search, it will just show me all the results. But if I click here, it will show me the first link which appear on the result page. So if I go to the index.html, so this is the button, I am feeling lucky button. So what I have done is here is, so let me just go back to the Google's own search engine. This is the Google own search engine. This is Google Images. So I'll just remove image. And this is Google search image, Google search engine. So if I type here like something Harvard, and then I click on I'm feeling lucky, but I won't click on this. I'll just inspect it. So right clicking it and inspecting it, I can get all the codes behind it. So if I just turn it up, so this is the button, I am feeling lucky button. I'll just hover over it and select it. So this is the code. So we just have to find this code, HTML only. So in this HTML, as you can see that we have to find the name button, name value only. So name is assigned here is btni. So a button or input with a name of btni will do the work of this I am feeling lucky button. So it's easy. We just have to make a button of name submit, and we can give a value of I am feeling lucky, whatever the user what the user can see. So user will see I am feeling lucky button, and we will assign it to the value of button I. So when we click on this, so if I type here Howard, and if I click I am feeling lucky, it will be redirected because of the security reasons by Google. Google doesn't show this. Like if I click on this, it won't show me the redirection because it's its own server. But we are manipulating other server. We are redirecting a user to direct to a website. So this is a security concern. So Google have prevented this by redirection option. So the user can choose if he wants to go or not. So if I click on this, it will be redirected to the first website only. So this is it. This was the project. This is the coding part. And last point is that please do not use this code for the project, as it won't get accepted. It was in the rules that you have to make code of your own. So if you copy this, you might not get approved, and they can also remove you from that. And also try your brain also, like try thinking of something, like try doing things, and it will it will help you in making that. So this is it for this project.